Welcome back. I hope everyone had a wonderful summer. As summer ends and we get back into the swing of school life, the student athletes are already hard at work. Women's volleyball, football, and men's and women's soccer are among the many hard-working teams here on campus. The men's soccer game ended in a double overtime, tying 2-2 with Elms College Tuesday night. Senior captain Drew Summer and sophomore Taylor Guilfoy each scored a goal at the end of the opening quarter to give a then 2-1 lead, but the Blazers scored a goal with just under 7 minutes left to even the game. The Pride will travel to Westfield State on Saturday to take on the Owls. The women's soccer team also ended in a tie of 1-1 Tuesday night against Western New England University. Kelly Haynes scored the goal for Springfield after a scoreless 45 minutes. The Golden Bears answered with a goal in the 78th minute, ending the game in a tie. The women will travel to UMass Dartmouth Saturday afternoon. We wish both the men and women's team the best of luck. The Springfield College women's volleyball team had an exciting weekend after defeating Riviere and Amherst in a doubleheader Saturday to win the Springfield College Invitational Championship. Katie Benoit has more on the story.
This past weekend, the Springfield College women's volleyball team won the championship at the Springfield College Invitational, going 4-0 overall. The Pride swept Johnson and Wales in 3 sets. Kelsey McGahay had 11 kills. Francesca Mack had 9 kills. Springfield then went on to beat Amherst after playing 5 sets. McGahay had a career-high 18 kills. Megan Keene had 27 digs. The Pride went on to beat River and Amherst again, each in 3 sets. I caught up with Coach Long to talk about the tournament.
I think the best thing about the weekend, honestly, was just how we built on each match that we played. Starting off against Johnson and Wales, we had some players on the floor who didn't spend a whole lot of time on the court their first year. So it was great to kind of see their development from one year to the next. And then just really start to play our style of play. We made very few errors against Johnson and Wales, then came into Amherst, made a lot more. But we took something away from that, recognizing that having 62 unforced errors in a match is probably not the way we want to go. Coming into the second day, we just really continue to build on, I think, our team chemistry and coming together. And then in addition to that, being able to really focus on minimizing errors, playing high percentage volleyball. I think that was probably the greatest thing to see throughout those 4 matches that we had for the weekend. I think when you start the season, it's always interesting to see kind of how your team starts to come together with their offense and with their defense. And the first couple matches, we were a little bit playing together, but not really all on the same page. And by the time we got to Amherst the second time, we really were playing cohesively, kind of like we were all attached by a string. And everybody was really moving in one direction or the other, but moving together in the same direction, which is obviously important. So I really couldn't have been happier with our progress. And then, coming in this week for practice has been good, and we have another big weekend ahead of us, playing Conn College and Endicott and DeSales out of Philadelphia, and then we finish off the weekend with Tufts. So hopefully we'll just continue to build on, our improvements and really never being satisfied with where we're at.
For SCTV3, I'm Katie Benoit.
It was a sit-on-the-edge-of-your-seat kind of game Friday night when Springfield College football took on their rivals Western New England University. Luke Brown has more in the game.
More than 4,000 fans piled into Stagg Field on Friday night for the second annual Pinch-on-Saw game as Western New England University traveled the brief 3 miles to take on Springfield College. Western New England came out victorious by a score of 38-34. Leading the way for the Golden Bears was senior running back Kevin Cook, as he ran for 98 yards on 28 attempts while adding 3 touchdowns to his resume. After being down 23-12 at the half, the Springfield College Pride came all the way back to take the lead 34-23 in the fourth quarter. Louis Fenaroli was a huge part of the comeback as he rushed for 149 yards on 19 attempts and 1 touchdown, which came in the third quarter. Fenaroli and the Pride's effort was not enough, however, as Winnick scored 2 touchdowns in the final 6 minutes of the game to win and tie the Pinch-on-Saw series 1-1. Springfield College will travel to UMass Dartmouth tomorrow night for a 7 o'clock start time, while the Golden Bears will play at home to take on Westfield State on Saturday.
I'm here with Sean McGuire, senior at Winnick. What was the atmosphere like this week preparing for this game? He's in journalism major. What was the atmosphere like?
Yeah, it was wild, man. Everyone, not just the football players, everyone was getting prepared, from start to finish. We're just trying to have fun, right? But we're trying to have our atmosphere be better than Springfield's, and we're just trying to have some fun right now.
It was a great game, man. It's great seeing you.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you guys.
NCAA men's football is heading into their third week, and I took a look back at the ups and downs of week 2. Let's check it out. The college football season is going into their third week, and this past week proved to be anything but boring. One team that has already set the standard high is the Oregon Ducks. The Ducks are already in the Pac-12 in scoring, so it wasn't surprising when they beat Michigan State on Saturday 46-27. Midway through the third quarter, Michigan State was up 27-18, but the Ducks came out strong at the end of the third and through the fourth. In their last 5 possessions, quarterback Marcus Mariota completed 6 of 8 passes for 126 yards. Mariota and Royce Freeman connected for a 38-yard touchdown run, and the Ducks had 117 rushing yards on 8.4 per carry in the fourth quarter. Now from the good to the bad. Michigan versus Notre Dame was probably the most disappointing game of the week. Not only did Michigan get shut out 31-0, the first time they've been shut out in 30 years, this game was the last game that the two teams would face off under the big lights since Notre Dame decided to move to the ACC. The Wolverines only averaged 2.9 yards per carry. Devin Gardner was picked off 3 times, and they missed 2 field goal attempts, as well as 2 additional turnovers. Another surprising game was USC versus Stanford. The defending Pac-12 champs fell short to USC 13-10. Stanford found themselves victim to turnovers. They missed several scoring possibilities, including 9 touchdowns and 2 missed field goals. Stanford seemed to be the better team by controlling the clock through the game, gaining 122 yards more than the Trojans, and Cardinal QB Kevin Hogan completed 22 of 30 passes for 285 yards and no interceptions. But in the end, it was the Trojans who came out on top. College football, as well as any other sport, is always unpredictable. Although they are only moving into their third week, some teams have already set the standard high. Stay tuned for more on college football. For SCTV3, I'm Candace Tibbetts. Everyone makes mistakes, even professional athletes. Greg Allen has this week's edition of the Not Top 10 Plays Around the Sports World.
Here we go with our Not Top 10 Plays. Number 10, we got Yankees Tigers here, and ooh, that's not good news for Francisco Cervelli. They give you a glove for a reason, man. Use it. Number 9, Orioles Reds. We got a pop-up foul. Caleb Joseph jogging. Whoops, falling right into the camera booth. Smile, buddy. You just embarrassed yourself. Here it goes again. Whoop, right down. Number 8, we got a routine fly ball to left. There's a tracking, and nope, not quite. Blame the sun all you want, man, but we got shades on. No excuse there. No excuse. Number 7 is just an all-around awful play. We got a grounder, the pitcher with a bad toss, the first baseman can't catch, and then the umpire gets trucked over by Billy Hamilton. Nice job, Reds and Orioles. Number 6 shows the Dodgers at an all-time low. It starts all right with Puig making a catch, but then an errant throw to first, 1 error, Then Ellis grabs it and throws it into center field. 2 errors. Then we throw it home. Is this ball greasy? 3 errors. Ellis grabs it again, tosses it to Kershaw, who gets out of the way. There's a rough night for LA. Yay, Rory, here's your trophy. Oh, nope. Oh, nice catch, though. Nice catch. Number 4, Tom Brady throws an interception, and then to make it even worse, tries to make an awful tackle. Yeah, that didn't work out for you, Tom. And then to top it off, the rest of the team can't even bring him down. So a couple diving attempts there. Good thing that was only the preseason, although they did get destroyed by the Dolphins in week 1 also. Number 3, we got A's versus Astros, and here's a high fly ball to left field. Here comes Fowler, and right off the glove. Why is he coming all the way over from center field anyway? What's he doing? Here we go with number 2, and this guy should not be playing soccer. Here comes the pass, and whoops, how's the backfield after that one, pal? And finally, the long-awaited number 1. We got an Astros fan throwing out the first pitch, and no, that's just awful. Can't tell if she thought it was basketball dunking or football spiking after a touchdown, but no, this is baseball, honey. Get it right. There's your not top 10 plays for the week. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.
And to end this week's sports segment, Brendan McLean takes a look into the exciting and maybe not so exciting, depending on your favorite sports team, first week of the NFL.
Week 1 of the NFL season started off with a bang when we saw the defending Super Bowl champions open up the season at home. The Seattle Seahawks hosted the Green Bay Packers last Thursday night, and really, from the word go, this game was a joke. The Seahawks defense looked as good as advertised, and Richard Sherman, believe it or not, was better. The elite Packer offense didn't target Richard Sherman's side of the field once. The Hawks went on to win the game 36-16, and if they play like this, it's tough to see anyone beating them this season. On Saturday afternoon, we saw the Miami Dolphins come back to beat the New England Patriots 33-20. The Patriots were dominating this game at halftime, leading 20-10. The Dolphins then came out in the second half and whooped the Patriots' butt. The defensive line for the Pats was brutal. They couldn't stop Sean Moreno or any of the Dolphins' running game. Coach Belichick decided it was a good idea to play zone defense, and it looks like their personnel can't play that style of defense. The offense wasn't much better in the second half. The line couldn't protect Tom Brady, and when they did, Tom missed a few throws. The one bright spot from this game, if you're a New England fan, however, was Rob Gronkowski appeared to be healthy. America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, couldn't have started their season out any worse. The Cowboys were trailing 21-3 after the first quarter. The game began with a DeMarco Murray fumble and a return touchdown for the 49ers defense. The 49ers looked to be back on track. Tony Romo had 3 picks in this game, and here come the anti-Cowboy people. Remember, fans, this guy didn't play in the preseason and is coming off back surgery. He certainly needs to play better. But for people crying, Manziel, remember, Johnny Manziel is the backup in Cleveland right now. On Sunday Night Football, we saw a tale of 2 halves. The first half, the Broncos literally looked unstoppable. Peyton Manning looked as good as ever, and a new addition, Emmanuel Sanders, looks like he can successfully replace Eric Decker. New addition, Aqib Talib, looked good as he really locked down Reggie Wayne throughout the first half. Andrew Luck, however, in the second half, the Colts quarterback, looked like the best quarterback in football. This guy is a stud, and he really carries his team on a weekly basis. In my opinion, by the end of the year, it's going to be tough to call anyone better than Andrew Luck. The biggest laugher of them all, however, came on Monday Night Football. The Detroit Lions absolutely rolled the New York Football Giants. Calvin Johnson had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. With Golden Tate added to the Lion offense, it seems this offense has the potential to be unstoppable. The G-men, and especially Eli Manning, looked brutal. What happened to this guy? Eli used to be a big game player, and now we look at him as a guy who's more likely to give it to the other team. The saying, you can't spell elite without Eli, is really starting to fall on deaf ears. Well, fans, it was a great week 1 in the NFL. Let's hope week 2 is even better.
Well, that's all I have for you for sports this week. I'm Candace Tibbetts. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
And I'm Alex Thomas. For everybody here, Candace, Bree Hill, Katie Benoit, Kyle Pegalo, everybody behind the scenes as well, Megan Zimber, our on-floor director, Nick Lovett getting the spin as our director tonight, Brendan McLean on teleprompter, Zach Tolman is hanging out on the soundboard tonight. Vivi Novello is taking care of CGs. For everybody behind the scenes, I'm Alex Thomas. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to having you here same time, same place next week, Knuckleheads.